The Merode Altarpiece by Robert Campin, 1427 to 1432, described for the visually impaired. Described the image in question is a triptych, a work of art divided into 3 sections that are usually hinged together and can be folded shut or displayed open. It is a finely detailed oil painting with a central panel flanked by 2 smaller wings. Starting with the left wing, it features a walled garden or courtyard with a man and a woman in period attire, possibly servants, entering through a door. The man looks directly at the viewer, which is a technique that can involve the viewer in the scene. Above, the sky is clear, suggesting it might be daytime. The garden is verdant, symbolizing fertility or paradise. The central panel depicts an interior domestic setting where a woman, likely the Virgin Mary due to the presence of an angel, is seated and reading a book. She wears a rich red gown with deep folds, signifying opulence or royal standing, and the room is furnished with items that indicate a household of means: candles, a brass kettle, and a cushioned bench. The angel, dressed in flowing blue robes, appears to be speaking to her, a likely representation of the Annunciation. The use of perspective draws the viewer's gaze towards the figures, emphasizing their importance. On the right wing, we observe an older man in a workshop, which is rendered with an extraordinary level of detail, showcasing various tools and wood shavings, indicating a carpenter's space. This could be Joseph, traditionally depicted as a carpenter, and often included in Annunciation scenes. The window of the shop opens to a detailed street scene, adding depth and context to the setting. The use of light and shadow in the painting is meticulous, creating a sense of volume and space in the figures and objects. The colour palette is varied, with reds and blues being particularly prominent, which may have symbolic meanings. Red often represents humanity or passion, and blue can symbolize divinity or purity. Context. The image is identified as the Merode Altarpiece, a work attributed to the early Netherlandish painter Robert Campin, also known as the Master of Flemal, active in the first half of the 15th century. The altarpiece is an exquisite example of Northern Renaissance art, a period known for its emphasis on highly detailed realism and complex iconography. Campin's work is characterized by its detailed domestic interiors and use of space to create a narrative. The triptych format was a popular choice for private devotion in the Northern Renaissance, as it allowed for the portrayal of multiple scenes or figures that could be contemplated individually or as a unified whole when the wings were opened. The central theme of the Annunciation is situated within a contemporary Flemish home, which was a significant departure from the more traditional and opulent settings of earlier depictions. This could indicate the influence of the Devotio Moderna movement, which advocated for a personal connection to the divine through meditation on the life of Christ and the Holy Family. Campin's decision to place these sacred events in a familiar setting could have been intended to make the holy scenes more relatable to the viewer, thus enhancing their devotional experience. The attention to detail not only serves an aesthetic purpose, but also embeds the painting with a multitude of symbolic elements, a hallmark of the period. The lilies in the central panel symbolize Mary's purity, while the extinguished candle may signify the end of the Old Testament and the beginning of the New through the incarnation of Christ. In the broader context of art history, the Merode Altarpiece reflects the transitional period between the medieval era and the Renaissance, where there was a growing interest in humanism, the natural world, and the role of the individual in religious experience. It represents a fusion of the spiritual with the mundane, highlighting the increasing secularization of religious art during the Renaissance. For art lovers, by art lovers, share and subscribe and give us a comment to improve the work of enabling art for more of us.